Bonjour, bonjour.
Bonjour. No quick.
No quick, no shinimin. Health and wellness is in the Hello, it's me, Corey Whitford,
Frank Bulio.
and we're here to broadcast Health and Wellness, our first inaugural show this afternoon. We want to welcome you to the program here in Dauphin territory. What health and wellness is all about.
Chứ nghe đó nó sẽ sao cả thế mà ghi nổi đến bị giúp đấy chứ ở ra đi tập kia à.
Ra nó tập kia mà kỹ giúp bezok mà cái Why so we kita kayo pag-iya to we note ni na gawe.
Mano tayo maskwak
Afternoon, everyone. We want to welcome you to a health and wellness program that will air Monday to Friday at noon hour. We want to first provide you with the context of the show. This is our second airing of the program here within the project. And we want to let you know that we're going to be giving you updates, COVID updates on treaty, update on living healthy, updates on what's happening in your community.
Miya kile ano dito sindamin miya ani ne siya wak diskuni kanyang ya ani ke anani sa anak kini na isa nakini ne no kuma adashi kamo tabino chakuskua disekia ni desindamin ya.
Nanga. So I want to welcome you to the program once again. It's our second inaugural program of the day. We want to let you know that we're broadcasting in support of and directly to the audiences of the following areas and communities. We're broadcasting to you, Dauphin River, ebb and flow. Nanga, Kisikuin in all communities, Kisikuin, Crane River, Fairford, Waterhen, Valley River, Tutinau is and all other communities within the territory, Pine Creek, Duck Bay, Wayway, Sikapo, Rolling River, Peguis, Sandy Bay, Fisher River, Pheasant Rump, Ocean Man, Jackhead, Birdtail Sioux, Oak Lake, Sioux Valley, White Bear, and Dakota Teepee. Mingeka nonda winter.
Inonde tahu ni mani bo ya sini kan haji mungwa ni kan ya always running out there by doing.
So today, health and wellness is all about providing the information to you, the audience. Today, our first segment is the COVID. The new last updated was given on November the 22nd, 2020. Public health officials advise additional deaths due to COVID-19 have been reported today, including a male in his 40s, a male in his 60s, a female in her 70s, a male in his 70s, another male in his 80s, a female in her 80s, and a female in her 80s, and a male in his 90s.
Yeah, upanya kuzina jini kade ke yet mizie kumik mos ai uma tiba kanun ai pindiga magat ya kuzin minongum mo inju jin ding up the chang gomezing chang gomezing nongum ki tom uniganik ya te ab michiot eget any hook yuk any hook we cheat yuk kina we su ka yuk kita desik tawa hinje ganak ko ma kanak mi da she gitimagi siwi ni akuzini mi ge ma ke gitimagi siwi ni mi te ba chi mo mi no ni gan ki tom ya ko ri no ko mai kinonda men ni ai 아니 쇼나지 what 니고에 뭐 그런 적이야 이 에모시도 어디 작게
난가.
너 저거에 와서 되면 그치 칸에 있으니 내가 봤죠 미야 지가 두지 사번 다음에 아예 주의지구시 어떻게 위노인 그 개구고 있어야 소కు는 더가 자 집에 놓아야 왔냐
That's right. Get Frank, it's important for our youth to take precautions, to be careful wherever you are. Chigizinji and Dabita, to wash your hands, to always use hand sanitizer. It's it's very important. Chigis kamanwea which doing. It's very important. Keeping web is it's important. Me on that doesn't among a man on them. Sugar egg, Chitago and go missing. We go chibak, Kawin miss Yajiba pie shine.
간 주모문이 된 것이면 앞지게겠다 이 니부게겠 먼저사 우마가티에 오픈에 아쿠신 답시고 아마몬 디앙 왜 아비 지기지가 왜 하와가 딱 기치메틱
Nanga.
이제 그미야 농금 bakande just any게 고리게 위나이 we're all affected in that way that we're unable to be around our families.
Me so yeah, on that the mang manong health and wellness.
Anyway,
in in the mao men unique chibini this way bini this way kakutabita. Even before treaty was made. Me I know that doesn't the mang. Up just so we've come a long way in each other the Namaganaduk, the Chippewa. History, the Chippewa and the Cree of the territory. A treaty was made, Treaty number 2 on August the 21st, 1871. Where at this Manitoba House, Rupert's Land, and representatives of the Queen of England and Ireland. We are no iti win guys in the cadec. Me treaty iti win. Me niche treaty too guys in the cadec. We was it to know a treaty was made, and the original Chippewa who were present, they constitute Treaty number 2, which with Anishinaabe iti win in today. This is a part of the treaty that was made in 1871. This is the result and the effect. The purpose, the purpose of the treaty. The purpose of this treaty was to protect the territory and to open up to settlement and immigration, a tract of country bounded and described hereinafter mentioned, and to obtain the consent thereto of her Indian subjects inhabiting the said tract, and to make treaty and arrangements with them, so that there may be peace and goodwill, and to be compensated for the land taken. Mi jibiga taken is the tan na yagis ko kitoan, anin is in the man gagin.
Isi agis na sabato mi ot ke we know ya ka ta disi ko dio ta na nga gi bi bi ot ke we know. Mi we ai abu itina is ni ka dek. Mi je ngwe ni ga ni ka chi ge ke no so ni ga ni ke ti ke dang ge gi no ya ti ba chi mo no ti ge te me je ko me ka gi ta chi ga dek. E a ya si te vi gen, a si te vi gen.
Nanga.
Me te wa ya e ya mo at ya yak kichiayak chimukumara sigogyayak ya kichugi mapa gi kidatie kya gi divakani gon
Nanga.
mi eda shi kai kami ka kino ge kanda me unigani kan egu masine gan ya test non ji po push ka uiti
Nanga.
egu masine gan ya test non
Nanga.
mi mame no ego e mi gum mi sit ani kya chi muek ani neget kani ni gashi te vi gesi gashi te vi ngani shwe vi swinen
Nanga.
mi mai ge sha yi we shi gu sin me we ai we ding we 3 2 and ji we ji chi yot we ni gane chi yot
Nanga.
kino ge ma kanak 아시지게 kia 미국에 kia.
미국에가 또 메이크업 저기 미국 계게다니 there is nothing about us without us. 미에 AGB가 되게 고다비 또마 이게 대부분 막at in unity we remain. क्या ओमा आगो इते विन निश दामन एज निश जांग ओमा मैंने के को बोझो इसे सुंगे से मगा के चा बजट तन चित चा निश नावे मन मी ए पीछे सुंग के से मगा मी आगो इते विन निश का कौशी भी गाते अब पिछे किच मी वेट सो मी नोंगुम गागी नोंदे तसिन दमांग ये अबे ना
야, 왜 아니시고 이 tom을 아이 다음에 나는 다 이제 되신다면 미에 아이 디바 가는 이야 있으니까 되고 아키 난 기타 키난 왜
아키.
기타 다시 니가 아대 하시게 또 위타 디직네 저기 되신다 뭐 시고 얘기는 우리가 아니 그지게 이네 수도 참
Ske we inonde de we chigaba tonem inonde winda monde mego mi ya akiga sko winda man ya tab sko kene no eno ma ago ite wen nish ka jibi gas wat ma akiga ya wat gi chanish na be benanik Dolphin River aki me ma ya ebb and flow aki Gambler aki Lake Manitoba aki ke kinesta tamna ani ne kitan me ani ne jwebe na man ani ne je winda man kita kinan mi ya te ko me ne kui ke to ani ma nungum
eka minow에 니 저런 기타 키난 왜 아이 캔다나 아이 되신다 마방 메시오 노나야 왜 저거 옵스피에 비니 요트 부백 이게 거의 미왜 이게 진스도 통몽게 개인인 두백 어시요 두백
it's true we have to understand that
진스도 담으는 게
we have to make the younger generations understand what the spirit and the intent of the treaty actually is. And that's why we have a program called Health and Wellness. We want to focus on the spirit and the intent of the treaty and live by what was originally intended for us all. Piche, it's a great honor to be broadcasting a second inaugural show of the day here on November the 23rd, 2020. Health and Wellness will be here for you Monday to Friday at noon hour. No, quick, so
기통가에 너도 뭐든 이건 지내 나쁘네 갱이 저건 응백에 대한 이거니 그지게 health and wellness 아니 이거니 그지게
the ones who are leading health and wellness, we are counting on your support to help us to provide information. Na so when you provide us with feedback, we can provide the audience, our entire membership, with that information, up to date, concise, and exact. And that's why we've committed to providing updates on the COVID pandemic as it is at this moment. As well, we want to provide a forum for you where we can provide daily discussion on physical and mental health and on sports. So when recreation and wellness too.
니 와프지게 해본 되신다면 무조건 대학 민호 신이나 무조건 민호
curling, yeah, skating, hockey. Curling.
2010
New terminology. We'll be providing new terminology as well as understanding and exacting the dialect of the Treaty 2 territories and all First Nations that are within the Treaty 2 territory.
And we also acknowledge we
want to acknowledge all other languages and races and cultures out there. We're working with you and we want to communicate directly to you, and that's why we've created a forum where we all can meet online. And finally, we want to provide a forum where we can have interviews with our health professionals and our centers within our local First Nations. Kinastatan na mi, eh?
Mia deshin damang ai chimamu wing where nego deshin jiga deke health and wellness. You this kinu gane on on the kanes ya mia ega bi tachi tam ke chinun da was ye ke ani neji ai enough nege ke
Yeah, we want to provide a vehicle, if you will, a way for the Women's Council to move forward on all issues, on all on anything, on any project that they deem necessary in order to continue and progress with us at Treaty 2. To make sure that you now have a forum here and that we're counting on your support to help us get the information to the communities. Wena, sigo. Okay, we're going to start with First Nations and Treaty 2 territory presentation. We want to welcome you to the introduction of health and well-being. What is health and well-being? Well, it means balance of the mind, body, and spirit. That's what this program is all about. And it means that the Anishinaabe enjoyed their ancestral way of life prior to settler contact. It means that our ancestral diet and active way of life brought balance of mind, body, and spirit. And it also means that natural laws were in place for protection and preservation of good health. It means achieving the good life. It was based on environmentally balanced ways of living through seasonal access to lands, resources, and water. Our objectives with having health and wellness programming daily is this. We want to move forward together when it comes to ancestral law development and engagement. Ancestral law development and engagement. This is the forum where we would have that available for our membership. As well, it means practicing and protecting the use of traditional medicine.
Subjectives as because kawawi kujitwang mashkikiwan nongum apmachi gong gabe sago nongum chimiwa chindina namet weekend. Gitu sami naman Anishinaabe chiwichi tiang chimam wo biang so kayak mendimo ko kimiwe chitu nima pija a konji to ekako nima me kuisa ku ni no ku ya ge na kame ge chai chimnoshka wang ego आप कुछ ने को मगा मिशका वाम मैं तो शायद शनंग गए वो मैं वो तो शनंग या कायूट
miigwech haige wena. We want to have equitable standards of living, as equitable to other Canadians as possible. We want to establish agreements. We want to have cultural and language restoration. We're also working to bridge the gap between belief systems. And we're respecting diversity, and we're unifying local nations and FNT2T through sport. So all of our membership is combined into the inaugural programming that we now have online. And with that, that's our show on health and well-being. We want to give thanks and respect to all governing councils that are out there working for the Grand Council. Grand Council here at Treaty 2 territory. The Grand Council, who sits in the center, is comprised of the FNT2T membership. They meet annually. That's once a year at the
nani so easy sai ushkudashin jugada chena naba tabyo kumba kaya kumaka wo nani so easy sungwa kaya we ma move look what nigan. Yeah, that's Grand Council. He Tom doesn't done any.
Okay. There are six councils out there. The governing council, it's comprised of the chief's council and the chairperson from each of the knowledge councils, the men's, the women's, and the youth's council. And it meets 4 times a year to provide direction to FNT2T and to draft laws and resolutions to be presented to the Grand Council. The governing council. The executive council. They're comprised of the chiefs from the chief's council, and they report to the governing council. And they're responsible for implementing the resolutions and the laws passed by the Grand Council, giving support and direction to the administration. That means the day-to-day business. Chief's Council, and that is comprised of a chief headman from each local nation. It's mandated to protect inherent rights and implementation of treaty. One of the other councils. There's 4 more to go. Knowledge Council, Women Council, Men Council, and Youth Council. The Knowledge Council. What is the Knowledge Council? Well, the Knowledge Council is comprised of one appointed member who is a knowledge holder or a keeper, including elders from each local nation. And what do? They provide recommendations. They provide governance support and accreditation at college. They also provide a speakers bureau, and they are guides for all councils in their deliberations, with the member participating at all council meetings. The Knowledge Council members. Women's councils, the health and wellness program. We know not. Well, who are the Women's Council? They're comprised of one appointed member from each local nation, and they advise and make recommendations regarding our children, our families, our nations, our health and well-being, and other matters. Women's Council.
Ay, sinusututan mo na ako, Engek, where I animatwang ni John Chanika, Chimongwete. We cheat out as we need to get a cook. We know I need to cheat out the man at the business at the mount. So we know I give me the Navajo, Tabinucha. We know I can must keep me on. I give me on to know what I may or. Mingek no gum, a chin and I was out to cook. The Moyog. She go back, she go ski quick. I can't also what can we know an injuries to got deck. Me the shares in my squat up, away it quit. It call my sent away. You want to do my sent Kevin in all due respect with other nations as we are.
The last 2 councils that we'd like to identify here in our offices is the Men's Council and the Youth Council. The Men's Council is comprised of one appointed member from each local nation, and they advise and make recommendations regarding lifelong learning, justice, peacekeeping, and other matters.
Yeah, I go knock and out and get in yoke. I wish I eat, Makamigi, you can get
They work outside, yes.
Which we know we need we want to know.
They get the food.
We know we want to know about chicken and java takin, which I ate to each yacht, it might be in the Kiko. So we know, we know my Ujing, and you're not going to yacht, and in there we know any not is yacht.
Thank you. Frank was just talking about how men provide for lifelong learning, justice, peacekeeping, and other matters. And finally, our youth council,
Mhm.
is comprised of one appointed member from each local nation and advises and makes recommendations regarding sports, recreation, and territorial games. With one representative to attend all council meetings. They make recommendations for sports, recreation, and territorial games.
这个我是说的这个起码就为数更多也，数说的为明天我嘛呀么图嘛，我嘛那个听啊有图嘛也我他们努力呢是那个，这个就他们那叫他们努力进的哦，你们这哎你个其实你个你也的么，这么这个是我这个不是的，你呀。
We want to thank you for coming on board here with us, Health and Wellness Program, our first inaugural program on November the 23rd, 2020, with me, Corey Whitford.
Frank Bullion.
And we want to thank you on behalf of the entire membership of this territory. Thank you all for participating here with us this afternoon, and thank you for your continued support. Nanga. Aho.